We already discussed this off air, right? If we won, they'd have to find a new morning team, right? We're out of here. As a medical professional, what's next? How do we change the healthcare system? I just got off the phone with Hamburg police, and unfortunately, sad information to pass along. They have confirmed a 78-year-old woman is dead following this house explosion. Yeah, Spectrum News 1 reporter Sergio Cruel joins us from St. John Fisher University this morning, and we saw you dance into that music, Sergio. You're ready to go too.
Sunday, it'll mark a year since we lost 10 people from the Buffalo community, gunned down because the color of their skin.
So there's a little bit of a cool breeze out there today. Yes. We have a cool brie right here. Life is good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so put down your coffee and your cereal because it is a little gross. About 3,000 droplets of saliva can be projected out of your mouth at 50 miles an hour. In a sneeze, you guys can travel up to 26 feet, and those particles stay in the air for 10 minutes. Germ pocket, germ pocket, germ pocket.
Have any more?
No, I don't.
That's it?
I mean, flats or drums, everyone wants to know that. Good morning, guys. Still a very active scene here. Some of these volunteer firefighters have been here since a little before 9 o'clock last night. Do you have a better answer to the question I asked you earlier this morning of how many plans do you think are put in place? From the departments I've spoken with, numbers are down for the most part, but vehicle thefts, as you just saw there, still a huge problem. So taking a look at the numbers from January to mid-July, Dan and Julie, do not worry. I asked, will we ever run out of space? He says no. There's a lot going on. And what if your child is the one in question? How do you navigate that? It's tough as a parent. I mean, nobody's kid is perfect, right? But when you find out they've, made a red choice, as we say, it's like, oh, man. And today's weather word of the day is, any guesses?
Uneventful?
Dang, you're good. Good Thursday morning, topping your Spectrum News in 90. Happy New Year, folks. Certainly bracing some cold temperatures in downtown Buffalo last night to ring in 2026. The annual ball drop was over at the Electric Tower. And the city of Buffalo, of course, will celebrate a newly elected mayor. Mayor-elect Sean Ryan will take the oath of office today. His inauguration will be at Kleinhand's Music Hall. Ryan is the city's first elected mayor not named Byron Brown in 2 decades. Buffalo Sabres have tied a team record 10 consecutive wins. Is how the Buffalo Sabres closed out 2025. Tage Thompson scoring twice last night in the 4-1 victory over the Dallas Stars. Thompson is also reportedly going to be an Olympian playing for Team USA. That report coming from ESPN. USA Hockey will confirm its hockey roster for the Winter Games in Milan tomorrow. But of course, looking here, Sabres fans, the team entering 2026 in a playoff spot. Can you believe it? The Sabres sit all alone in the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. We will see if they can continue to climb the standings on Saturday as they go for win number 11. They will be on the road to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. And if you were like me, you had to do some shoveling and snow blowing early this morning and late last night. Winter weather striking again across western New York. What can we expect today? Here's more on your weather on the ones. Well, good morning and Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2026. Thanks for joining us here on Spectrum News 1. I'm Breanna. Let's get right to our top story. Well, now that 2026 is here, that means there are several new state laws as well. The state's minimum wage is going up 50 cents here in upstate. The least you can get paid an hour is $16. 3 health insurance-related laws are also starting today. The first caps out-of-pocket costs for life-saving EpiPens at $100 per year. The next expands coverage for breast cancer screening and imaging. If a doctor recommends it based on clinical guidelines, patients will be able to have the costs covered for procedures like diagnostic mammograms, breast ultrasounds, and MRIs. And finally, New York will require insurance companies to cover scalp cooling systems. These are used during chemotherapy treatment to help with hair loss. 3 out of the 4 major cities across upstate New York are welcoming new mayors today. In Buffalo, State Senator Sean Ryan will be sworn in as the 64th mayor, taking the reins from acting Mayor Chris Scanlon. Ryan is the first new mayor in the city in 20 years after Byron Brown left office in 2024 to run Western Regional Off-Track Betting. In Syracuse, Democrat and current Deputy Mayor Sharon Owens starts her first term as the city's 55th mayor, and she's making history as Cusa's first black mayor. She takes over for independent Mayor Ben Walsh, who was term limited. In Albany, Dorcia Pliers will be sworn in as the city's 76th mayor. She's also making history as the first black mayor and the second woman to hold the post. Outgoing Mayor Kathy Sheehan was the first. Sheehan exits office after deciding against another term. And in Rochester, incumbent Democratic Mayor Malik Evans will start his second term with an inaugural address. He won re-election promising to continue his focus on public safety, housing, and economic development. And of course, all eyes from across the country and the world, if you will, are downstate as Zohran Mamdani takes office in New York City. He took the oath of office in a small ceremony at midnight with a larger celebration planned for later today. The self-described Democratic Socialist will be the 5 boroughs' youngest mayor in the past 100 years. He takes over for Eric Adams, whose singular term was plagued with investigations into his conduct. Now, we will have complete coverage of all the mayoral inaugurations throughout the day here on Spectrum News 1. Most of us probably aren't thinking about filing our taxes just yet, but experts say there are a number of changes we need to know for this new year. According to Mark Stieber, the chief tax officer at Jackson Hewitt, now is the time to start year-end planning. He says there are a lot of tax changes because of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act passed in Congress. Stieber says there's a new deduction for those 65 years or older of $6,000 per person. There's also a new deduction on overtime and tips and a new threshold on the child tax credit.
Most importantly, you want to have a tax professional that you can interact with, whether they do your taxes or you do them yourself and you just want to ask a question or confirm a fact or debunk a myth. You really do need to arm yourself with information and have as a backstop someone to either do your taxes for you, and we can talk more about that, or at least have as a resource someone you can ask.
Now, Stieber says if you are looking for more in-depth information on 2026 tax changes, it's as simple as heading on over to their website, jacksonhewitt.com. There are also some federal changes starting today that could impact your wallet. Social Security recipients are getting a 2.8% cost of living increase. Medicare Part B premium costs going up almost $18 a month. Pandemic-era Affordable Care Act subsidies are gone as of today. Also, because of a proclamation out yesterday, tariff hikes on some furniture, like kitchen cabinets and vanities that were set to start on New Year's Day, have been delayed. Finally, the president's travel ban now expands to 39 countries. Of course, the new year started off much of the same way. 2025 ended with snow across much of upstate New York. Many weather-related states of emergency do remain in effect because of the wind and the snow. So in Buffalo and Western New York, it was one of the first to be impacted by this latest round of weather. The snow coming as people continue to clean up from earlier rounds of damaging wind. We saw some rain and, of course, some snow. For folks in central New York, well, you're continuing to deal with even more snow. There was a record amount of snowfall Tuesday alone, 2 feet. More than 24 inches fell, making it the second snowiest day in Syracuse's recorded history. According to our meteorologists, more than 78 inches have fallen so far this season there, making it the 3rd highest on record. In addition to impacting New Year's celebrations, the snow had a lot of businesses adapting, as you can imagine. So we checked in with a pair of businesses hosting events last night in Syracuse. Snow certainly making it tough for folks to get around, but those we spoke to certainly kept a positive attitude.
Awesome. I love the snow, so it's cool, but it definitely makes access a little difficult. I had one of my family members today texting us, actually asking, like, hey, is it going to be wheelchair accessible? I feel like the city's done a really good job of applying the sidewalks, making sure that it's not like too icy.
We're following a developing situation out of Switzerland. Dozens are presumed dead following a fire in a New Year's celebration. Swiss officials say a fire broke out at a bar in the Swiss ski town of Crans, Montana, killing, quote, several tens of people. As many as 100 people were also injured. Work is now underway to identify the victims. Authorities say it's too early to determine what caused the fire, but say, quote, at no moment is there a question of any kind of attack. A new change to menopause and perimenopause medications could open access for those who need it. What this means for the future of women's health. Just ahead, here on Spectrum News 1.